Hey all, it is Tirza. I just wanted to hopefully make a quick update. I look like garbage. Sorry. You know how these videos go. How I'm dressed, how my hair is. Never really ever any makeup. If there is, it's chapstick, lip gloss, and mascara. Possibly. Maybe. Yeah. Uh, I think I already said hair a mess, but I mean, that's a given. Clothes. Who cares? I'm wearing this huge oversized. I'm cold. Everybody, I'm cold. Wearing this huge oversized Hello Kitty thing my husband had given me, either Christmas or birthday one year. But I promise, even though it's a huge thing and I look big, look, I got them collarbones popping. Anyway, look at that, my rubber face. I can't. I'm sorry. This is not supposed to be about aesthetics. It's supposed to be about health. But yet, as much as I am not the most feminine girl on the planet, I mean, I was raised with 5 older brothers, and my mother is not super duper feminine either, although more feminine than me. I'm still a girl. And when the collagen in the face starts to break down and the aging process happens, I know it's natural, it's fine. A lot of it, though, is because of the yo-yo dieting in such extreme amounts of weight, but it stresses me out. It makes me a little depressed. Not gonna lie to you guys. And so I have weird reactions. Sorry. Anyway, I am always going off on a crazy tangent. So crazy videos, bad lighting, just me and my phone. You know the deal. That's why I got like 15 followers, right? No. Anyway, this isn't even about that because I kind of just put this out there for me. And the thought of actually having more followers is kind of scary. I don't know that I'd want that kind of whatever. Anyway, I remember one time my husband said he found my videos and watched them. And I think I almost just wanted to a hole to open up in the ground and swallow me. Yeah. So anyway, very, very long introduction. I'm losing my mind. I just had a coffee, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it or if this is just me high on life. But this is the size of my one coffee I have a day. So if that puts things into perspective. And yes, it's filled almost to the top. I have my coffee, my 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, a splash of whatever stevia, erythritol blend, or whatever I have that goes in there, and a scoop of collagen powder, sometimes a scoop and a half. If I'm feeling frisky, sometimes 2 scoops. So I had that, blended it up, tasted good. I'm done now. Anyway, 3 minutes, and I've said nothing. Well, I've said a lot of things, but I've said nothing of any importance. Anyway, so July 1st, I weighed 170. Up until July 4th, I weighed 170. So you would think Tears screwed up on July 4th. Actually, I did not. I stuck with barbecue food, no salsas, no nothing. I did great. Did I eat more than I normally do? Yes, I did. But I stuck to my things. I even had my own hot dogs, the Teton sausage ones that have no sugar. So I was like really good. It was after that I started on making these like mousses with heavy whipping cream and carnivore ice cream, and then that became keto ice cream that I could purchase in the store instead of wasting my time in making it. Like, God forbid I invest in myself and take some time on myself. And I did that for 3 weeks. And in those 3 weeks of no nutrition, basically just fat and whatever chemicals were probably in the store-bought ice cream, 23 pounds I gained in 3 weeks. So like 23 pounds. So this whole time I've been trying to get back down to at least the 170, and it has eluded me. Just won't come back. As a matter of fact, for several months, I think like 2.5, weight wasn't even coming off at all. It just stayed the same, even though I was back on target doing all the things that have always been successful for me in the past. Just wasn't moving. And now all of a sudden it's just moving crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't know. So the last time I did any real measurements, because I refused to measure myself, I was so upset. And I actually thought that because I technically stayed keto or very low carb, that I was going to get that weight off of me really quick, that it was just inflammation. I thought I was going to get that off in 1 to 2 months, and instead, what was it? Let's just say I was back on track hardcore August 1st. September, October, November, December. 4 months and a few days. Well, more than a few days. Today's the 12th, right? So I refused to do my measurements, and I would not get on that smart scale that I had purchased again, because it's one thing to get on my scale every day and mark it in my book, and it's another thing that it's on an app and it's there forever. And I don't know, I just didn't want to see it off of something that I did that was so stupid and such a temporary short period of time. So I was going to wait to jump on that scale once I got back to 170. So yesterday I knew I was going to hit it today, because yesterday was an alternate day fasting. I'm doing fat fasting, because I'm doing the fat fasting on the alternate days. So I knew yesterday I was 170.6, so I knew today I was going to hit 170 for sure. So I got on my regular scale, the one that you guys usually see I do a screenshot of. That's my smart scale. And I weighed today 168.9. So I popped some batteries in that smart scale, hopped on it, and I weighed 168.6 on that. So there's a differential of 0.3, which is really not that bad between scales, because I'll probably just continue to use the smart scale once a month when I make my update videos for my monthly weight loss and hopefully not weight gain. We shall see January 1st how that all works out, since I'm taking the 24th and the 25th off. So we shall see. But I got weight on there, and now I can compare everything. And then I measured myself, and I compared that all to the last time I was 170 on the smart scale. So that being said, let me just get right into it. My BMI last time, so it's a difference of 1.4 pounds. It's not, so I'm 1.4 pounds less than the 170. So the BMI went from 27.7 to 27.4. My body fat percentage was 33.4. It went down to 33.1. Skeletal muscle was 38.8. It is now 39%. Fat-free mass was 113.2, and it went down 0.4 to 112.8. So I'm thinking the lean mass went down. That's interesting. Subcutaneous fat, interestingly, stayed the same, 29.8, 29.8. So now I'm like, I would have thought like 0.2 something, a little different. So I'm getting a little concerned. The fat-free mass went down. Subcutaneous fat stayed the same. But then I was really happy because the visceral fat went from 10 to 9. So it went down 1 point. So that's where the loss happened, in the visceral fat, which is fine with me because subcutaneous fat is just ugly. But really, it can be healthy fat because that's the fat your body feeds off of for energy. So the visceral fat, what's that really doing for you except for killing your organs? So that was good. I was very happy. Muscle mass went down only 0.4%, but it did go down. So from 106.4 to 106. Bone mass was 6.8. It basically stayed the same. It went to 7. Protein was 15.2. It was now 15.3. So basically everything stayed the same. And the one thing that I'm really happy about is that all those months ago, my metabolic age was 47 and I am 45. And as a matter of fact, since that was July 1st, I was only 45 for 3 months. But now it says I'm 46. Whoop, whoop, and I'll be 46 in like 4 months. So yeah. So hopefully I will now match my age. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. As far as my measurements, they all stayed relatively the same. Interestingly, though, considering I'm 1.4 pounds less than I was then, I actually gained a half an inch on my right arm, but that actually evened my arms out. Now they're the same measurement. Before they were off by half an inch. So now they're even. They're both 11 inches. and all the measurements stayed the same, but my lower waist. So I always do the smallest part, which is right under my rib cage, and then somewhere around where my belly button is. But that's, you know, with all the loose skin, where's that belly button at? But somewhere in that vicinity, I also measure there. And that one actually went up 0.5 inches as well. So I'm actually up 1 inch despite being down on the scale 1.4 pounds. But I'm honestly not mad about it. I think that's pretty good. I'm glad to see, you know, I'm finally moving in the right direction right before I screw the pooch on Christmas Eve and Christmas. But so here's my plan going forward. So I am doing the alternate day fat fasting, but what I decided to do is, since Christmas Eve is really the day that I'm going to go ham on, where I just don't care. Christmas, I'm going to tone it down. We do the big breakfast. I won't partake in anything like the French toast or the pancakes or anything like that. I will stick with protein. The scrapple is going to be probably the worst thing I have. I'm not going to have home fries or any of that stuff. But I don't know what I'm going to eat, or if there's sweets left, if I will have some of those or not. I don't know. I'm going to try not to. So it would make sense for me to start my alternate day fat fasting again on the 26th, but I don't know mentally and physically if I'll be capable. So I think I'm going to take the 26th and eat how I normally eat now, and then proceed back on the alternate day fat fasting until January 1st. And then we'll see where I go from there. So I'm hoping, honestly, we have 12 more days till Christmas Eve. I kind of hope I could lose 1 to 2 more pounds. So let's just say 168. That's where I'm going to be, 168. Or 167 and a half. Something like that. My goal is to at least be 167.5 or 168 by January 1st. So that's what I am hoping for. We shall see. Wish me luck. Again, sorry I look so crazy right now, but I just wanted to give that update. That was supposed to be like 4 minutes long, and instead it's over 12 minutes. Sorry. Till next time.